steady diet of up and in fastballs his first time, and he gets one out over the plate and lines it into center field for a base hit. So after Corbin had retired 10 straight, the Mets pick up their second. Freeman his last time up. And Alonso drills one toward the left field corner. That ball is down and off the base of the wall. Lindor comes in with a tying run. Pete's trying for two. Taylor's thrown to second. Not in time. Pete Alonso. And Pete socks one to deep left field. Back goes Taylor, looking up, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso puts the Mets in front with a two-run homer. His second in 2 nights, his 6th in 11 games at Dodger Stadium. And the Mets have responded to a 4-1 Dodgers second with a 4-run inning of their own. 5-4 New York.
Not that sinker down and in.
He takes one the other way for a base hit, and that'll bring in the game's first run. Alonso goes to right. Plummer with a homer and 4 RBIs. He gets a hold of one to right center field. Back goes Robles deep in the gap near the wall. It's out of here. Alonso goes the other way for his 13th home run of the year. Now he's gotten into the act. 13-5 New York. Wow. 47 RBIs now for Pete. Davidson playing third base. Josh Rojas still out with an oblique injury. That skimmed toward the bag and smothered by Alonso from his back. He makes the play. Oh, wow. Pete Alonso outdoing himself. Playing all the way over in the hole. He was able to get over there and smother it. And while lying on his back, found Peterson to get the out. What a play. 1-2 coming. And he drills one down the left field line. That's going to go to the corner. Marte racing around second on his way to third. Winker plays it. Marte being waved home. The relay throw will not be made by Crawford. It's an RBI double for Pete Alonso. He does. Pete drives one toward the gap in left center field. Heading back toward the fence. It's out of here. Pete Alonso with a line drive 2-run homer. His 3rd home run of the season. All have come as a DH. Pete having a big day, and the Mets having a 5-0 lead. Little League lead. Looks like he's wary of Gallen's move. Pete lifts one to shallow right. A long run in for Pavin Smith. Nimmo's going to go back to tag, and it drops for a base hit. And Nimmo comes home to score the tying run. Lindor halfway between second and third. Now the left fielder. Marte at second with 1 out. And Alonso hits a rocket out to left field. Back goes Hernandez. Looking up, and that ball is out of here. Pete Alonso with a 2-run homer, his 8th of the year. He continues to crush the Nationals. And the Mets with a big first inning. They take a 3-0 lead. Alonso may not love to DH, but boy, is he being productive in that role. His 5th home run in 9 games. 2-2 coming. Lifted in the air to right field, hit well. Back goes Acuna to the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here. Pete Alonso goes the other way for his 5th home run of the year. Pete with the opposite field blast, and it's 3-0 New York. Gets one in the air to left center field. Back in the gap goes Castellanos. Back near the wall, and it's off the fence. An extra base hit. Lindor will race on in. Alonso stands at second.
2-2. The polar bear would love to get a hit with runners on. There you go into right field. Lindor to third. He's being waved on by Joey Cora. Here comes the throw. Lindor is in. An RBI for Alonso.
And Pete grounds one through the hole, a base hit. Canada third. He's going to be waved home. Dickerson will not make a throw, and the Mets are back in front. Pete Alonso cashes a run. And Pete rockets one. Deep left field. Schwarber takes a look, and it's out of here. Number 12 for Pete Alonso, and it's 5-0 New York.
Gary, the Mets go as Pete goes.
It's flying just fine. This is out to right field. Castellanos going back, and he won't get it. It hops against the wall. Lindor breaking for third. He'll turn it head on home. Lindor scores on the 4th RBI of the night for Alonso. This one a double. Met fans are great in number. He gets this one in the air toward the left field corner, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Over to cut it off is Bryant. Alonso heads to second, and he's in standing with a 1-out double. So Pete's got his 2nd straight hit, his 7th double and flied out. 2-1. He gets one in the air to deep left field. Back toward the corner goes Thomas. Right back near the wall. It's out of here! Grand slam, Pete Alonso. A towering grand slam for Pete for his first home run, and the Mets have a 4-0 lead. Toward the right center field gap. Back goes Bellinger looking up, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso with a 3-run homer, his 2nd of the night. Marte almost passed Nimmo on the bases, but Alonso's 2nd home run is a 3-run shot. A 5 RBI night for Pete. A 9-4 lead for the Mets as Alonso just keeps on raking. Boy, does he love hitting at Dodger Stadium. But I would bet you dollars to donuts he'll be there. He launches this one deep to left field, down the line toward the pole. Out of here! The Keith Hernandez tribute, and Pete Alonso loses one. His 23rd home run of the year, and it's 1-0 New York. For his last 7 after taking an 0 for 4 last night. Flies this one down toward the right field corner. Back goes De La Cruz near the wall, and it's out of here. Pete Alonso with an opposite field home run. It hit the railing above the fence and came back. Number 21 for Alonso, his 13th on the road, and the Mets get the early lead. Runner in scoring position for Alonso now has 58 RBIs, and he lines this one into center field, and he'll have 59. Marte around third and in to score. Alonso comes through again with his 2nd RBI hit of the night, and it's 4-0. Jankowski at third, Lindor at first, and the curveball hit through the hole, base hit, and that'll bring in Jankowski. 2nd RBI hit of the day for Pete Alonso, and it's 4-1. 2-2 to Pete. Hits one in the air to deep right center field. Back goes Vierling onto the warning track. Back at the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso with a 3-run opposite field home run to break this game open. It's 8-1 New York. 2nd home run of the year for Alonso. A 5 RBI afternoon.
For Martinez this evening, completed the 8th, got the final out of the 7th as Alonso sends this out to left field. It tucks itself up against the wall. It's going to be fair ball here. Yadiel Hernandez bobbles it. Alonso aboard at 2nd.
And Alonso attacks one and hits one out of sight. Oh, man, Pete got a hold of one to the back of the lower deck for a 3-run shot. 2nd of the game for Alonso. He's driven in all 5, and the Mets lead it 5-1. A monster 3-run homer for Pete Alonso. 2 on the day, 7 on the year. And that one went a long. And Alonso rockets one toward the gap in left center field, headed back toward the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso puts a capper on it with a 3-run homer. icing on the cake for.
It's off the 8th inning. Mets are down by a lot. Alonso hammers one. Well, the 7 line's going to get a souvenir at least. Home run, Pete Alonso. It's his 17th of the year. His National League leading 55th run batted in. It's something good for the highlight reel on the Mets side tonight. It's 9-2.
Don't throw a hand.
Open, Marcana on deck, opting to pitch to Alonso.
Right back up the middle. It's a squibber. Diving to keep it on the infield. Now coming home. No, it gets by the catcher, Suzuki. And into second goes Alonso. Boy, did everything right on.
Well, and Pete drives one out to left. So they're going back to the warning track near the wall. And it's out of here. A grand slam for Pete Alonso. Alonso's second grand slam of the season, his 19th home run. And the Mets have scored 7 runs on the bottom of the 6th inning and lead it 10-1. And he lines one into left field. That's a base hit, and that'll bring in Nimmo. They'll stop Marte at third. Pete Alonso drives in his 58th run of the year, and the Mets. And Pete drives one deep left field. Forget that. That is way out of here. Off the advertising signs and caroming into the Crawford boxes, Pete hits one out of sight for his 20th home run of the year. And the Mets get on the board. A no-doubter from Alonso. That would have been a home run anywhere. Jankowski at second, Lindor at first with one out, and Alonso hits one the other way. That'll go through for a base hit. Jankowski around third. He heads home to score. Pete Alonso comes through with an opposite field single to drive in his.
As closely, right.
That's drilled down the left field line by Alonso, and that'll bury into the corner. Marte on his way to third as Castellanos digs it out. They're going to wave him home. Marte on his way home. Double clutch by Gregorius, and Marte scores. For Yency Almonte out of the Dodger bullpen. Pete Alonso skies one to deep left field. Taylor goes back. This ball is out of here. First pitch thrown by Yency Almonte, and Pete Alonso hits it out of sight. The Mets' first run in this series. Alonso's 14th home run of the year, and he crushed it. 433 feet to the pavilion to cut the Dodger lead to 4-1.
Sharp shot right back to Pete Alonso, who takes it himself. And as soon as the Rangers put a man aboard, New York says not right now.
Pete Alonso bouncing off the bag, making the play, getting off. Beautiful.
Less decisions with extra players. There's not many on the bench.
Alonso to left. That's hammered. That's up. That is gone. Pete Alonso leaves the building 113 miles an hour off the bat. He picks up another RBI on his 18th homer and some insurance for the Mets.
Big time insurance for the Mets right there.
For Sanchez, stares down Lindor at first. And Alonso rockets one to deep left field, headed toward the wall. It's out of here. Pete Alonso christens game 2 with a 2-run homer. 6th home run of the year for Alonso, and the Mets jump out quickly. 2-0 New York.
Gary, is that strafing?
That would be strafing.
Well, it was only a matter of time for Pete to get on.
Like, why not? I'll try it out. You know, I haven't hit lefty-lefty since I was like.
This does get down for Alonso, and it's going to score another run.
Throw him out.
He's going to second base.
That was a bad slide, Pete.
You don't like the slide?
Stalling sets up away. And it's a fastball, and he drills it deep left center field, headed toward the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso with his 2nd of the day, and gives the Mets the lead in the top of the 8th. A laser beam. His 22nd of the year, and it's 4-3 New York. shot off the glove of Crawford for a base hit his first time up. And gets a breaking ball and lifts it to deep left center field. Back goes Ruff onto the warning track. Back near the wall. It's out of here! Pete Alonso with a 3-run homer. And the Mets have a 5-run third inning, and they lead it 5-2. Number 11 for Alonso. He now has 40 runs batted in. And the Mets respond. They get a little good fortune, and they turn it into 5 runs. And Alonso cracks one, and the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight, a 2-run bomb into the second deck for Pete Alonso, and just like that, the Mets walk off with a 7-6 win. Oh wow! Second pitch thrown by Giovanni Gallegos, and Alonso loses it. Jump shot and a jump on home plate. 7-6 in 10.
Well, I guess
way toward helping to do that.
Well, it acts as a sinker too, Gary.
Hoskins flicks one foul. Alonso hoping for a play over near the wall, sliding,
nice.
and he made the catch. Nice play, Pete Alonso. There's a lot of room in foul territory in just that. But you know, we've said it many times. Alonso unloads one to deep left field. Back goes Schwarber. Back at the wall, and it's out of here! Pete Alonso goes deep. His 4th home run of the season. And the Mets now have a 3-0 lead. Pete had gone 40 at-bats between home runs.